Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Here's the former Utah Ute, Matt Gay, to get this one started. And we are underway from Ford Field. And a big-time mess on the return. He's out of bounds. He won't even get this back to the 5-yard line.
That return, it will not be on the postseason highlight reel. If you're the offensive coordinator, you've just changed your play calling because you thought you might have some field to work with. Instead, now, you've got to call plays that won't make mistakes.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. They were already backed up. Now they're backed up further.
I think they were being so careful to make sure all assignments were covered that they ended up running themselves out of time.
Gibbs straight ahead. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Now 2nd and 9. Goff. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. And he'll take this one up to about the 6-yard line. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, Gibbs will get it. And a big hit there. That was a man coming with bad intentions. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. They go ahead and snap it. Goff. That one let go deep for Laporta. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
Now Richardson. That's caught. It's Josh Downs. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. Gets around him. They can't tackle him. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor taking it in from 14 yards out. And the Colts use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown. Here's Gay to kick it away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Now Goff. Flushed out right. And Goff picks up the first down and then wisely slides to the ground to avoid the contact. They'll look to throw here. Eluding the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile. Goff now looks to throw. This pass down the field for Gibbs, and that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football, as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. So certainly in a pickle here. They have a mile to go to try to pick up the first. We'll see what they've drawn up. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down.
A gain of 14 on the play. It's 4th down.
Goff and his guys not coming off the field. They're going for this. They're going to go for it. It's Goff. Gibbs gets popped and he loses the football. And this is going to be recovered by a member of the offense, but whistles come in. Remember, on 4th down, that becomes a dead ball if anyone other than the fumbler himself recovers. So it'll come back to the spot of the fumble, and that will mean that's going to wind up being a turnover on downs. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Richardson to throw. That one finds Pierce right side. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Alec Pierce, 34 yards. And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And he is going to dive to the turf. Boy, a strange return there. And they're going to start with really terrible field position.
Only able to get it to the 2-yard line on his return. Not going to make a lot of friends on your team when you only get it that far.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
That's to Amon-Ra St. Brown.
And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. Here's Goff.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted.
Picked up by Kenny Moore. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
First and 10, Taylor now.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Credit Zadarius Smith, able to get through and make that tackle for a loss.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Two minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0.
Yeah, Richardson back to throw it. That's going to be taken in by Downs.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown.
Josh Downs.
32 yards.
And the Colts take a 3-touchdown lead. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
And he'll weave all the way up to just a few yards shy of midfield. A great return.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
They'll run with Gibbs.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown.
Jahmyr Gibbs.
A 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Lions get a bit closer. Dan Campbell makes the call. His guys will go for 2 here.
The Lions will set up for the 2-point conversion.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Goff looking to throw. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35.
Their own 37-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And now the clock reads precisely 1 minute to go in the half. You want to run the 1 minute offense? This is a good test right here.
It certainly is, and definitely not a time to think about kneeling and going into the half. This is a chance to attack a little bit, but not having to get everything in one shot either. 10 yards here, 15 there. Work the sidelines, work the clock, give yourself a chance for at least a field goal going into the half.
Richardson looking to throw. He'll find his man. That's Taylor again. Room to maneuver at the 35. Down the left sideline. And down to the 7-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 45 yards. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Touchdown, Colts! Mo Alley Cox as the first half is winding down. And the Colts continue to pull away here in this first half. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points.
Matt Gay to kick off for the Colts.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a pretty slick return there. Almost got it to the 45. Officially, they'll call him down at the 44.
Now, that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And maybe a chance for a quick completion and then a long field goal try. We'll see. Now it's Goff. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. The final shot before break here. Goff. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And yet again, Goff is intercepted. And nothing comes of this last-ditch attempt at points as time will run out on this first half. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And a pretty poor kick here. It doesn't make it to the landing zone, and that means he'll move the ball out to the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 at the 40.
They give to Taylor out of the gun.
Shows his strength at the 50. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. That's going to be caught by Allie Cox.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
From the gun, it's Taylor.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Jonathan Taylor
With his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Colts are able to extend their lead. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
That's Gay to kick off for the Colts.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the 1st half as well. And that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves. But we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean?
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick 6? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position.
56 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. Ball at the 8 here for 2nd and a yard, maybe a touch less. Again, it's Taylor.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3 and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. On 3rd down, here's Taylor.
And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
But forget knowing where the 1st down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front. And a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times,
touchdown! Mo Alley Cox, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the Colts will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Richardson will throw for it.
And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it.
I know we can sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, I mean, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnover.
And this will be caught at the 30. Touchdown, Detroit. Amon-Ra St. Brown. An 80-yard touchdown.
And the Lions are able to at least get one score back.
One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
A Goff and that Lions offense staying on the field. They'll try for two.
They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. It's complete. And he will get into the end zone to shave 2 more points off the deficit. And, of course, on the two-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. That's an 83-yard kick return touchdown. And the Colts are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Well, they're just having fun. I mean, they are clicking on every single cylinder, offense, defense, and here, special teams.
And how about the extension of the lead? This one felt a lot like, you remember Seattle-Denver Super Bowl 48? Percy Harvin to start the second half. Seattle was already firmly in control. Now, they feel like they can't be caught.
Yeah, they are firmly in control right now. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. Oh, some strong running.
And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return.
Well, fit me for a neck brace, partner. One kickoff return in one direction for a touchdown, and the other one, they almost broke going back the other way.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown.
Jamison Williams,
58 yards.
and the Lions are able to cut into that deficit. Dan Campbell makes the call. His guys will go for two here.
The Lions will set up for the two-point conversion.
And no, it falls incomplete. So the two-point conversion, no good. So both offenses come to life here in this third quarter as this is shaping up for a good finish.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be taken in by the Colts.
Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the fourth quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
Running straight ahead, Taylor.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
From the shotgun, Richardson. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Jack Campbell with a pick. And the Lions are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 41-yard line.
To throw is Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. And now here is another interception.
And the Colts will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Now it's Richardson.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away.
Richardson looking to throw this. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 19.
Up the middle, here's Taylor.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Now it looks like he'll throw here.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's Brian Branch with it. And the Lions are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the fourth quarter trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Goff. He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception.
And the Colts are going to get the football here at their own 23.
Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use